For today's 1%, I am traveling by myself for the very first time, and I am terrified. I'm Brie, and this is my 1% series where I try to change my life 1% at a time. Earlier this year, I shared that I took my entire savings to make one of my biggest dreams come true, seeing the wonders of the world. Every month, I'm traveling to a new wonder, discovering new cultures, and learning precious life lessons along the way. It's definitely been my eat, pray, love year. It's the gift I wanted to give myself when I turned 30. Now, for most of these trips, I paid for a loved one to come with me so they could experience these memories too. But there were two countries where I chose to go completely by myself: Egypt and India. So much of this year has been about facing my fears, and I was terrified to travel alone. I was scared I wouldn't know where to go, that I'd miss a connecting flight, lose my things, or somehow do something wrong. And if you have that same fear, you're not alone. Take a deep breath and let me be proof that it'll be okay. One thing I noticed while I was traveling was that even though I was alone, I was never lonely. God really blessed me with community. My flights to Egypt and back home were almost 30 hours each, and during that time I had these beautiful heart-to-heart conversations with the people next to me. On my first flight, I sat next to the sweetest family who was taking their son to art school, and watching how they believed in him and his dreams and his passions, it inspired me so much. And then on another flight, I got really nervous. Fun fact, I am incredibly claustrophobic, and a lot of this trip involved being in really tight spaces. The long hours on the plane, it started to make me feel really anxious. I was sitting there reading a letter from my partner, trying to focus on my breathing, wondering, how am I supposed to see the world when getting on a plane feels this hard? There was an older man sitting next to me, and he noticed I looked scared. He smiled and said how he had a daughter around my age who gets nervous flying too. He told me he was on his way to visit her for the holidays and kept reassuring me that everything was going to be okay. And somehow we ended up sharing stories about his daughter and my dad, and before we knew it, we had landed. Every single flight, there was someone or something that brought me comfort, something that reminded me I was safe until I reached my destination. All of this to say, I know flying can be scary, traveling alone can be scary, but don't let fear stop you from seeing the world, visiting someone you love, or experiencing life. If I had let fear win, I would have missed one of the most life-changing trips of my entire life. Take the risk, God will hold you through it, and that's my 1%.